Hello and welcome to the Analog Leftie. My name is Elise and I'm back with a fountain pen video. So after purchasing my Pilot Metropolitan, I was in a bit of a Pilot kick. I wanted to try out their other entry-level pens, and at that time, I've been seeing a lot of videos about the Pilot Prera, which people called a pocket fountain pen, but not quite. I got curious about what that's all about, and so I decided to see it for myself. So when I was looking into the Pilot Prera, I found that it had the most variable or volatile pricing among other pens that I was looking into. Depending on where you get it, it can go for as low as 35 Canadian up to 75 Canadian dollars. And I'm not sure why that's the case. Maybe it has to do with importing and other things like that, but I'm not really sure. So I was able to get mine from an Amazon storefront that sells Japanese stationery and other Japanese goods, and I got this for about 35 Canadian dollars, and I bought it shortly right after the Pilot Metropolitan back in November 2024. It came in this beautiful gift box with a cardboard sleeve, and the case is actually a very nice high quality plastic, and the pen was wrapped in this plastic bag. It came with this use and care guide, which I think Pilot includes with their other fountain pens. It also had a black ink cartridge, which I already used up, and the pen was secured on this felt backing with this elastic, and this is just the Prera sticker logo that was attached to the pen. And as you can see, I got the pen in a medium nib. So this is the Pilot Prera in the plastic slate gray body from the standard line. They come in several different colorways in the standard and clear body line, but I chose the slate gray because it kind of reminded me of those fancy retro Smeg appliances or a Porsche 356C from 1964 or James Bond's iconic Aston Martin DB5. The silver metal trims and clip on the gray body, plus that Prera typography, really nails that vintage and retro aesthetic that I really like. For a size comparison, when capped, it's somewhere in the middle of a Lamy AL Star and the Hongdian M2 pocket fountain pen. So I can see how people say that it's a pocket pen but not quite, since it's shorter than your standard fountain pen size but a little longer than what you'd call an actual pocket pen. Uncapped, it's about 3/4 of an inch shorter than the Lamy, but it's just a little longer than the Hongdian M2. Posted, it becomes 1.25 inches shorter than the Lamy and almost the same length as the Hongdian, but just a hair shorter. In my review of the Hongdian M2, if you haven't watched that video, I'll link it up right there. I mentioned that I had some slight challenges with the pen being too short when unposted and being too back heavy when posted, mostly because of my small hands. In the Pilot Prera, I think I found the perfect pocket pen size that works for me. That small additional length when unposted makes such a huge difference, and it also posts deeper than the Hongdian M2, so the length isn't that too crazy. And because the pen is mostly plastic, with the clip and trims being the only metal pieces aside from the nib, it's not too back heavy. So I'm okay with writing unposted and posted. Plus, it also has such a satisfying capping experience. So the Pilot Prera has the same stainless steel nib as the Kakano and Metropolitan, only it has Pilot Super Quality Japan engraved on the nib, while Kakano has the smiley face and Metropolitan has more ornate decorations. And it also has the same feed, so it has the same smooth and reliable writing experience that you can expect from a Pilot. This one is in a medium nib though, and it's my first ever medium nib, but it's a Japanese medium, so it's not as thick as a Western medium fountain pen. So it definitely is visibly thicker than the Pilot Metropolitan with a fine nib, and almost as thick as the Lamy Ale Star with a medium nib. So let's do a quick writing sample. So, as you can see, it writes smoothly and you still get some nice feedback. And it's also quite a juicy writer, so it helps show some of the shading qualities that this ink has. So, in this pen, I have the Pilot Iroshizuku Shinkai refilled. It used to come with a black ink cartridge, but it didn't come with a converter. So this is the Pilot's Converti converter that I accidentally got from the pen party that I attended in November. I linked the video up there if you haven't watched it. But yeah, it didn't come with that bladder converter that I really hated from my Pilot Metropolitan video. But yeah, the Con 40 is alright. I think it carries more ink than the Con B. But the funny thing is, it has these small metal ball bearings inside to break up the ink, I guess, inside the converter. And sometimes when you write, it makes that rattling sound. So yeah, I really like the Pilot Prera. I love how it writes, it handles well, and it looks great. The only cons that I can really think of is that if you have oily hands or sweaty hands, because the pen is made of plastic, well, first, it can be a fingerprint magnet. Second, it can get a little slippy sometimes. But the nice thing is that you have this rim towards the nib, so it gives some support to your fingers so that it doesn't slip towards the tip. And also, it doesn't have that huge step up or down, whatever you use for the Pilot Metropolitan. The other con that I could think of is that sometimes the barrel tends to get unthreaded or loose from the section, and I don't know why that happens, but maybe this pen would benefit from an O-ring. just over there so it doesn't get unthreaded from the section. But yeah, overall, this is a great pen. I have found the perfect pocket fountain pen for me in the Pilot Prera. First and foremost, it's a reliable writer for an entry level price, which you can always expect from Pilot. They haven't failed me yet in this regard. Also, it is the perfect size. It's not too short when posted, and it's not too long or back heavy when posted. The vintage vibes is definitely a huge plus, even in the other colorways, and that makes these pens very collectible. So I'd love to know, do you have a Pilot Prera? What's your experience been like? If not, would you consider getting a fountain pen in this size? Let me know in the comments. And if you made it to the end of this video, I appreciate your time and you for being here. Thank you for watching. I hope you're enjoying the spring season. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one.